What is up, everybody? My name is Justin. This is Forever Self-Employed. In today's video, we are going to be talking about a $14,000 pressure washing mistake. I'm joined with a special guest. Mike Vadan is with me. Mike, how's it going, man?
It is going good, man. How you doing?
I'm doing great. Glad to have you back on the channel because guys are really going to learn something today that could potentially save them thousands of dollars. But before we get into that, I do want to mention that me and Mike are currently building out a course on how to get off the truck and run a pressure washing business from your home office like Mike's been doing for the past 20 years. The course is going to cover everything from hiring, scheduling, quoting remotely, and much, much more. So if you're interested in that, check out the first link in the comment section and the description. I also want to mention that we've recently had attorneys build out a pressure washing contract for scenarios such as the one that we're going to be talking about today. So if you guys don't have a contract in place protecting yourself and your company from potential liabilities, check out the second link in the comment section description. But with that out of the way, Mike, let's go ahead and hop right into this one. Can you tell us a little bit about this $14,000 mistake?
I sure can, unfortunately. And basically what happened is we quoted this house. It was just a house wash. That's all it was. This was a big house. It was in a very nice neighborhood in one of the ritzier parts of Savannah. It's about a 7,000 square foot house. So, just basing it on the square footage and the size and scope of the job, we quoted it very, very high. When I spoke with the homeowner, she did mention that she had a koi pond. We've dealt with koi ponds in the past. I mean, this is nothing new. A lot of people have these little ponds, near their house, around their house. And 9 times out of 10, they will mention the fact that they do have, a pond, and what precautions do we take in order to mitigate any damage or harm to the fish. I think that we had killed a couple fish in the past, and it was a relatively quick fix. A couple fish cost $30. Go to PetSmart, grab the fish, throw them in the koi pond, and you're good to go. So as I'm sitting there, I'm thinking, okay, not a problem. We're not going to use harsh chemicals. By the time anything from the house wash does get to the ground, it's going to be diluted to a point where it's almost a non-caustic. What's the likelihood of that diluted amount of bleach going into a larger, pond? How is that going to impact anything? So I just, I sent the guys out. They got to doing their thing, washing the house, cleaning everything. House was beautiful. They did the post-inspection walkthrough with the homeowner, and there was not any issues until about 2 days later when the homeowner had called and said one of her koi had died. And I kind of just shook it off. I wasn't thinking much. And again, I didn't see the koi pond. I knew the house was nice. I didn't realize that the koi pond was equally as nice. And what ended up happening was some of that SH made its way into the koi pond. And, within 2 days, one of her fish had died. And I told her, look, not a problem. We'll take care of it. Don't hesitate to call me if you have any other issues. We'll just deduct that off the invoice. And that's what I thought was going to be the end of that situation, until the next day when she called and she said she had 12 fish die. Now, like I told you, 12 fish, $20 a piece, not a big deal. I'll run up to PetSmart, and I told her that. I was like, look, do you want to meet me at PetSmart? And she goes, I don't think you understand. These fish are like 12, 15, 20 years old. These weren't little koi that you buy at PetSmart. Or look like carp, right? So I went out to the house, and sure enough, these were like, 6-pound carp or koi, basically it's the same species. The koi are just more beautiful. And I'm kind of freaking out because at that point she told me that some of these fish are to replace them would be about $2,000. And we killed 12 of them. So, obviously with 12 fish, various sizes, various ages, the cost associated with replacing these, and it's not like you just, like I said, you don't run down to PetSmart. These are imported from, dealers that specialize in breeding these gigantic, beautiful, expensive koi. My first thought was, let's spray paint some carp and throw them in there. That wasn't going to work. She wasn't going to go for that, but it was, that's what I first thought. So, obviously when you have a claim, so to speak, or an issue this large, that's not something that you are going to want to come out of pocket for. And that is why we have, general liability insurance to protect yourself from something like that. A lot of businesses, if you got hit with a $14,000 issue like this, that could sink your business in a hurry and put you in a world of hurt financially. So, having the insurance in place protected us in that scenario.
If you guys don't have insurance, I do have an insurance link in the comment section and the description. Incredibly important. But Mike, if you would have had a contract in place, would you have been able to remove some of the liability from yourself, do you think?
Yeah, and we do use a contract now. It's the one that you've worked on and Aaron's worked on. And that thing is pretty much airtight, bulletproof. And there's actually something in there that specifically addresses koi ponds. And it would have completely removed all liability from my company. Wouldn't have to have filed an insurance claim, which of course, anytime you file something like that, it does have an impact on what you're paying each year. So just having something as simple as that contract would have just really saved the day and saved a lot of heartache and a lot of money. Hindsight's 2020. We do have that in place now, and that's something that we give to every single customer prior to beginning the work. And it's something that definitely would have paid for itself back then, and it saved us in a lot of scenarios just recently as well.
So is it safe to say now that you guys don't wash around koi ponds anymore?
If there's a koi pond anywhere close, we are not using any kind of detergent, any kind of soap, any kind of bleach or sodium hypochlorite. We are staying away. We will rinse everything down and we'll do our best, but we're also going to let the homeowner know that because their fish are important to us, just like it is to them, that we're not going to do anything to endanger or risk the health of their fish in their pond.
That's one of the things that comes with servicing some higher end homes, obviously, because most people don't have koi ponds. I don't even think I've seen a koi pond in person. So
yeah. And it's not just the koi ponds. It's the ornamental decorations of the yard that can easily get damaged when you're pulling your hoses across. And we've got a lawn care customer that's got these Roman life-size marble horses in their yard. They've got just these amazing decorative things that are tens of thousands of dollars. And unfortunately, my lawn care guys have hit some of those with the string trimmer and have caused some damage. So again, having these contracts in place is so essential to just the general health of your business, long-term and short-term.
Absolutely. It's one of those things that better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it, right?
Absolutely.
Anyway, well, Mike, thank you so much for coming on the channel today. Every guest that comes on the channel has to pick the word of the day. What would you like the word of the day to be?
Contract.
Contract. The word of the day is contract. Like I said, if you guys are interested in any of the things that we mentioned earlier, me and Mike are currently building out a course on how to get off the truck. That's going to be the first link. Contract is the second link. My name is Justin. This is Forever Self-Employed. Y'all be sure to go check out Mike's channel. I will have that linked in the comment section and description as well. But my name is Justin. This is Forever Self-Employed. And until next time, hustle hard and get that money, baby. Peace.